the sun, the fields are alive, cheering crowds and the teams collide. In these moments, we stand tall and free. First pride runs deep in me. With every touchdown, we rise and we cheer. Unity and spirit, the heart of the year. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones below, football and cheers make our spirits roll. Girls in the game, they're fierce and bright. Flag in hand, they give it their might. From every town they bring their dreams. On this field of gold, nothing's as it seems. Together we shine, together we play. In Florida's heart, we own this day. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. So here's to the game, we'll rise and stand. In Florida's field, real die band.
All right, it is time for the North Central Florida edition of the Blitz here. Good evening to everybody here, and I see Emery Smith is in the chat and already ready, fired up, and ready to go here. And I'm Josh Wilson. That's Christopher Light there, and appreciate everybody joining us here. We do appreciate everybody that watches the Blitz shows here. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your co-workers, tell whoever, tell the dog, tell the cat. Get on YouTube and go to Florida HS at Florida HS Football and hit that subscribe button, hit the like buttons as well. And the more y'all like our shows, the more when we're on, like the shows, or you come back and watch, hit the likes here. I really definitely would love for everybody to basically, just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell when we go live. It really is important for us as we continue to grow this thing here. So, Chris, I think you had a thought and it kind of went.
I'm just looking at the chat.
Oh, the chat. Apparently, Mark's dad wanted him to be named Duncan, and apparently, Emery's got grandfather's aunt wanted my dad to be named Casimir. My grandmother said no. Boy, this chat and
I'm laughing at Mark Kennedy's comment because
Tyler Kelly, how you doing? Good to see you here on the chat. Ellis Hall, good to see you. Good evening to you as well. Appreciate everybody that's joining us here. I know we're kind of late. We're kind of off our time here. Usually this is about the show's about around 8:30. But we're kind of a little bit 30 minutes behind, but then we'll have our Panhandle show as well coming up at 9:45, 9:50 here tonight. And glad to see everybody joining us here. Hit that subscribe button, share these links, tell people where to find us. That's a huge thing. Everything you do, we appreciate it. And if you want to support us, also you can subscribe, or you can also send a super sticker or super thanks to us right here on the show. And we'll be forever appreciative on that. But Chris, let's dive into what happened last week in this region here. And got to stay at Santa Fe. The Raiders 4-0 knocking off previously undefeated Fernandina Beach and Ernest Graham. Yes, that Ernest Graham, the Florida Gators great, who's been a head coach already multiple places here in the state, including North Fort Myers and Evangelical Christian. He's now doing the same thing at Santa Fe and has got them winning and playing some really, excuse it, no, I'm going to say it, damn good football right now.
Yeah, Santa Fe is really off to a red hot start. They've got the inside track to their playoffs in their district. So
yeah, and the biggest challenge, Chris, in that district is going to be Bradford for them.
Yeah, and we've already talked about Bradford umpteen times already with the amount of points they've given up. So.
But Bradford is yes, we are talking about the Gators. I mean, this is North Central Florida edition of the Blitz, Mark Cannon. I mean, we're in Gator Nation. I mean, Chris, what am I going to do with Mark Cannon here? Because he doesn't like talking about Gators. I mean, honestly, I got to say, it's really interesting to see what Santa Fe is doing. I think they're doing. I'm gonna have to find something here, and I'm gonna have to find maybe the Florida Gator champ. No, we're not talking about. Oh my gosh, Chris, the chat's gone off the rails.
Oh, I know, I see it.
The chat's going off the rails. I'm not touching that one for the 39.
In the next segment, I'm gonna give you a comeback.
You're going to give me a comeback.
I'll have to get out of the chair to get it, but.
Let's see.
You know what? I'm going to do it. Give me 1 second.
All right. I'm going to have to see if I can download this because this is, let's see if I can get this here. I come on, people. This is we're in Gator Nation. Where this is about. Now, Gator Tail is delicious here, by the way. I will say that. So, let us know when we're covering Anclote High School, the foot wrestling match. Ooh. We're going to see who shocked up. Hey, my buddy Chris Saul from Mid-Bay News is jumping in here, and we'll have him on the Panhandle edition of the Blitz coming up here around about 9:45, 9:50, coming up here after this one here. So we'll have the Panhandle edition of the Blitz. So good to see Christopher Saul sitting there jumping in and posting a comment. Appreciate you, my man. Good to see you on here. And Chris has got something here. Ocala. Oh, Mike Gundy. Yeah, man. Talk about that news right there.
There you go.
Yeah, talk about that news right there. I've got something here coming up here in a moment here. Just give me 1 second here, Chris, as we roll along here. Talk about the other game. Trinity Catholic and Sheepland. I don't know what Reno was thinking about Trinity Catholic last week, but Sheepland, woo. They took care of some business against Trinity Catholic, handed them their second loss of the season.
Yeah, they had a rough start to the season. Now they're starting to flip the light switch on. It's like now it's time for them to flip the light switch on for the end of the season. So, man, it is interesting to see what they do. Keep on absolutely crumped them.
No, absolutely here, and I got something here. I'm just trying to get to here because I don't know if it's going to make some people happy, but we'll find out here in a moment. Here, where did it go here? Dang nabbit. All right, there we go. Okay, so anyways, man, I am for Oh man! I'm a man. I'm 40 for crazy formal heart surgery on the team soul.
I'm telling you, Mike Gundy would be a fantastic choice for Florida.
Really? All right. You know what? I'm sorry, but.
Oh man.
There you go. Here's my answer. This is what we have. We have some fun on our shows. Okay. By the way, I know that I probably shouldn't play too much of that because, I don't know if that's technically copyrighted by the Gators or not, but, a lot of people play it. Even the radio stations play the Gator Chamba, at the top of the hour for their call sign around here. So there you go. Dunnell and Vanguard. That was an interesting one. I didn't, we expected Vanguard to win, but Vanguard they didn't put up a ton of points on Dunnell. I thought it would have been a lot more, but I think it was like 27-7 was the final score. So it was not a whole lot of points, Chris. It was just a win's a win when you're trying to win ball games here.
Yeah, Vanguard off to a good start. 20-7 was the final score.
20-7.
I don't know if it tells you more about Dunnell than it does Vanguard.
I mean, Vanguard's only loss right now to the season is obviously to Buchholz, and that was in week 1. But since then, they have rolled off 4 straight wins here, and that's all she wrote here. By the way, how about this one? Eastside handed their second loss of the season by Bradford, 28-7 in that game. And the last 3 years, that I'm going to pull this up from our buddy Coach John Staples at Bradford. He's one of the assistant coaches under Jamie Rogers, and it's a stat that is very interesting to say the least. When these two teams have met, it's not been pretty. And let's see if I can find it, because he posted this the other day, and I'm hoping that it's still there. Let's see, where did it go? Why is it missing here? Dang nabbit! No sooner I have it, it's gone. Okay, John, where did the post go? Because it was. Maybe it's in the photos. I'll hold on one second here, because it's really, really interesting in terms of trying to maybe it was something they basically outscored Eastside 90 some points to 7 over the last 3 years when they have met. So if that tells you anything. I mean, it really is. I mean, now we got Florida Gators chat going on in the chat. Hunter says, my biggest question mark with Bradford is their schedule is not going to prepare them for the teams they could face deep in the playoffs. I mean, well, come on, that 2A Region 2 right now. I mean, that's kind of that 2A Region 2 right now, and it's kind of like this.
Oh yeah, trust me, I did my research on that one, and that was 2A Region 2. I think we were talking about this, John. 2A Region 2 is in the garbage.
A lot of these classifications are in the garbage. I'm sorry, okay? But if anybody wants, go ahead, come at me, all right? You know what? I'm saying, the classification system right now in Florida is, garbage. Garbage. Just garbage. We'll see about Cocoa. I've got more questions. I mean, the Cocoa's lukewarm over there right now. It's not hot. I'll say that.
Yeah, there's a good chance they could end up out of the playoffs. So.
Yeah. By the way, here we go. Richmond Hill, Georgia, 4-0 came into this game against Buchholz, and Buchholz picks up their 4th win, and it only took one half of play basically to give Buchholz their 4th win of the season, and Richmond Hill their first loss of the season.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But Buchholz beating Richmond Hill like that. Richmond Hill's not a bad team out in Georgia, so.
No, and Richmond Hill was climbing up in the national rankings, but you know what? There's a reason why this game only lasted one half of play. You want to know why?
Thunderstorms.
Yeah, Mother Nature. Thunderstorms just took a hit. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. And this weather game, Trinity Christian in Columbia. Columbia is now 5-0 on the season, 27-20. Trinity Christian now 1-4 on the season. And who Bradford going to play in the state champion? Well, right now, let's. Do I have? Yeah, I do have it somewhere. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to have to load it here for y'all because I can bring it up here. Someone's asking. about Bradford. I think I've got it somewhere in the files here. Oh shoot. Actually, never mind. No, I think Bradford was the 1 seed, and I think Lake Placid was like 8. So that's where I think it was in the rankings here yesterday. But expect that to change here. I think in over the next couple of weeks. I think there's going to be some things here. Bradford could have very likely ended up as the 1 seed in that region, just because it's again. As I said, the Cocos look warm over there on the East Coast right now.
Yeah, Bradford and Lake Placid are the matchup in the bracket. So,
absolutely. I see some other comments coming here, flying here in the chat here, and here's one I got for you. I know there's probably some Williston people watching right now, but head coach Robbie Pruitt, he is going for this week, and they are playing Trinity Catholic. He is going for win number 200 in the Sunshine State. All right. If that happens this week, Coach Pruitt will become the first coach in the nation to win 200 games in 2 different states. He already has 200 plus wins in the state of Georgia. He'll do it in Florida if he wins this week. I have already got a little bit of help that we will get Coach Pruitt on this show once that happens. So if it happens this week, we most likely will have Coach Pruitt as our guest for the North Central Florida edition of the Blitz next week.
And that's saying a lot, considering you got a lot of coaches that cross over state lines, and like Florida and Florida and Georgia, and you got a lot of coaches that go across state lines in South Carolina, Georgia, or Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana, Texas. A lot of these coaches, they actually do cross state lines and play at the highest level. 200 wins in 2 states, that's really unheard of.
No, it is very much unheard of here. And by the way, somebody said that it's Hall of Fame stuff for Coach Pruitt. And well, I got a bit of a news flash for y'all. It's not just Hall of Fame stuff. The coach is already in the FHA Hall of Fame. He was inducted in the year 2000 at age 38. Yes, Coach Pruitt was inducted right after he, left for Georgia, and obviously, they're going to have to update his resume here on this one, because obviously the time in Georgia and obviously coming back to Florida, he's already an accomplished coach. He's already a Hall of Fame coach. He's already an FHA Hall of Fame. I mean, he did it 25 years ago. He was inducted in the FHA Hall of Fame. So his accomplishments are just, and a lot of that came after what he did at University Christian, and obviously and then at Union County. So now he's trying to see maybe there's one more state title left in the tank, and maybe that's Williston's. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's already in the FHA Hall of Fame. Speaking of Hall of Fame, didn't they have a banquet a couple days ago?
Yes, Dwight Thomas was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Our buddy Dwight Thomas, who, by the way, yes, coached a guy named Emmett Smith. So, but yes, that's boy. I bet Chris, when we were talking about with the playoff roadmaps, by the way, hats off to Chris on these playoff roadmaps. They're just incredible here in terms of what he has done here, and the one with in Class 6A District 3, which is the one that involves Buchholz and Nice and all that. That one, again, we just talked a little. We deep dived a little bit in that one here, but boy, it's really interesting how that district. I think that district ends up. They're going to take 2 teams at least. There's a possibility they could take 3.
Oh yeah. I mentioned that there. And Bartram Trail, they're struggling, but don't count Bartram Trail out to play a spoiler role in this whole entire thing here. But to Coy Creek, they're off to a good start. Buchholz off to a good start. Nice off to a good start. I mean, you look at the district and
it's really
Creek, they have a lot of momentum to gain in this whole district.
Oh, you're right about that. And as we look at this here with the rest of the what we got coming up here, I mean, the pick six this week, it's we got some dandies on the line here, especially with not just playoff positioning if you're a rural team, it's also playoff positioning for districts, and or it's a game that could actually end up having a lot of impact for you later on here. And I gotta say, just looking at it, when we looked at the playoff rankings last night, Chris, teams like Newberry, nowhere to be found on the playoff rankings. I mean, Newberry, who won District 2A5 last year. Mm-hmm. Last year they were kind of sitting there in traffic going towards the highway at this particular point here, and right now, they're sitting in the parking lot basically, and I don't think the car's starting that one.
No, it hasn't, and it's been a really rough thing to see. It's been really hard to watch Newberry results come in and do what they've done, knowing the history of that program.
I mean, I know that we're going to be a younger program this year, but I mean, it just this year it's just been one of those things. It's just like, what's going on? There's I have a lot more questions than I think Carter might have liver pills right this second. So we'll say that. Wasn't Columbia was like 14th in the first playoffs last year. I mean, but Columbia this year looking pretty doggone good in terms of the playoff rankings, Hunter. So I think that bodes to the testament that those Columbia Tigers are looking pretty good. Emery Smith says, "Are they in the parking lot with Mark?"
During this whole thing, the parking lot thing with Mark never crossed my mind when I came up with this concept.
Boy, it's the running joke here on our Blitz shows here now. But all right, it is time for a break here. We're going to be back here in a couple minutes here. We'll do some questions, comments. You got any questions, got any comments to drop them in the chat. And then we're going to do our pick six and get out of here and roll. And then we have our Panhandle edition of the Blitz here coming up as well. Appreciate everybody watching here. We'll be right back right after this.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
Juggled and caught!
All right, welcome back here to the North Central Florida edition of the Blitz here. Josh Wilson along here with Christopher Like here, and we got a lot going on here as we talk about it. The chat has been firing off with some stuff here, and Bradford seems to be playing good football. Yes, Bradford and Bradford, both teams are playing decent football. So don't get me wrong. I know it's interesting to say, Brantford and Bradford, you kind of mix them up a little bit, but Brantford, the Buccaneers in Suwannee County, they're doing all right. Bradford, the Tornadoes over there in Bradford and Stark, they're doing this just as good as well. So, but appreciate everybody joining us here on the North Central Florida edition of the Blitz. And Chris, boy, these chats, I mean, they crack us up. I mean, we want to bust out laughing, especially when we have interviews.
Yeah, it's like Mark going tomato. What's the difference?
What is the difference? Well, one's the Buccaneers and one's the Tornadoes. There you go. That's the difference. So, all right. With that said, it's time for our weekly pick'ems. The Pick Six. The Pick Six for week number 6. And first up on the docket is potentially the 200th career victory in the Sunshine State for one Mr. Robbie Pruitt. Williston 3-1 coming into this one against Trinity Catholic, who is 2-2, and the Red Devils versus the Celtics. Oh boy, this one at the end of the day, I think this is Williston's game to lose. Give me the Red Devils here in this situation here, because Williston is a 31-point favorite according to the Florida Power Rankings Index. Chris, give him a 99% chance of winning this one.
I kind of agree with it. Williston off to a good start. Give me Williston.
I know Reno will go rolling Williston as well. I'm rolling with those Red Devils, and booking us a guest next week for the North Central Florida edition of the Blitz with Mr. Robbie Pruitt. So that's what I'm going to take right there. All right. So up next on our picks here for tonight is Eastside 3-2 at Dunellen 2-3. Dunellen, the defending district champs in 3A District 5. But right now, as it seems, I feel like Eastside's got a little bit more mojo rolling around in them than Dunellen does. And I got to remind y'all, South Sumter's in that district. South Sumter, who struggled last year, South Sumter is on a blazing fire right now, and their only loss is to Bradford. So if you got to tell me anything, this is not Dunellen's year for the district. And Mark Canna's going Dunellen, but I see the chat is really kind of rolling for Eastside here, Chris. But what are your thoughts on this as I pull up? They'll give you all the forecast and the win probability here.
Eastside. Give me Eastside on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with Eastside as well here. Eastside is a 11-point favorite according to the Florida Power Rankings Index, giving them a 84% chance on the win probability here. So, I mean, Mark Cannon says he's going on a limb. Oh, well, that's that. Sometimes I go on a limb too on picks, and I think we all do that too here and there, is to go on a limb on picks here. All right, I like this rivalry here. A little bit of a rivalry here coming up on Highway 129 as Trenton makes the short trek over to Chiefland. Trenton 4-0, Chiefland 4-1. So Trenton 4-0, Chiefland 4-1. Tigers versus Indians here. Where do we go with this one? Trenton. This is going to be a close game according to the computer. Chiefland a 2-point favorite here as Trenton has risen up through the Florida Power Rankings Index pretty quickly. Chiefland 57% win probability on this one.
Yeah, give me Chiefland to get the win and give Trenton their first loss.
I have a feeling that Chiefland will hand Trenton their first loss, but I'll tell you this right now. Not only will local radio be really – wait a second. Mark Cannon says John Adams. What? He's going for Chiefland. Okay. I see what you're saying. I get it now. What's going to be interesting about this one expect all of Trenton, expect all of Chiefland to shut down. If you're, I don't advocate for this, but I always joke, it's, hey, go to these small rural towns, Chris, and watch these towns shut down. That's probably one of the best times you want to commit a robbery. There you go. While the Friday night football game's going on, because everybody in town's sitting over at the game.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not advocating for that. I just hey, you want to cause some mischief? Do it while there's a football game going on in these small towns, because they'll literally tell you they'll shut down, and these towns do shut down, and it's no exception with Trenton and Chiefland here. And I know some people are going to tell me Chiefland has a Walmart. I know. All right, we'll leave it at that. Emery Smith said, small town high school football is the best. Love it. All right, University Christian 4-1 versus Santa Fe 4-0. Boy, the Fighting Christians coming into town against the undefeated Raiders. But they say all good things must come to an end, or come maybe to a short stop here. And this one has me thinking. I like what Santa Fe's doing, but when it comes to scheduling, University Christian has played the better schedule, in my opinion, and this is tough. University Christian, a 14-point favorite, 89% chance win probability here against Santa Fe's 11%.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing from the last game. An undefeated team's going to lose, so give me University Christian.
University Christian. I'm going with University Christian. For some reason, I think Reno would go with University Christian, so I'm going to give it to him on this one here. And let me pull this up real quick if I can here. Actually, I think I've got it here. I'll pull it up here real quick as we go thing. Our next pick out of the picks here, Southlake 4-1 at Forest 3-1, and Forest is in the mix for a district. Forest is in the mix for a district title this year. Southlake, who won the district last year in 6A5, or actually 6A6, excuse me, looking pretty good here. But boy, it's really, really interesting to see here. This game, I wasn't sure about it, but at first, earlier this year, but here we are. And Southlake is 16-point favorite, Chris, 92% win probability on this one against Forest.
Yeah, I had this game circled on the calendar on the road map, and this is potentially the district championship game on the line between the two teams. But give me Southlake.
I think Reno would go Southlake. Chris is going with Southlake here as well, as you just heard him, and I'm going to go with Southlake. I like what Brad Lord's doing, and don't get me wrong, what John Brantley's doing. Definitely Forest is much improved, but in the chat they're going Forest on this one here. I think they like Forest. Don't get me wrong, if Forest wins this one, it will be a huge win for them. By the way, that's Forest with one R, not two. By the way, so it's actually spelled. It is the name of the Ocala National Forest. So we'll clear that one up in terms of the spelling here. And then our final game on this one is Nice at Buchholz, and the forecast on this one. It doesn't get any better than this, Chris. Buchholz, a 1-point favorite over Nice. 51% win probability for Buchholz against Nice's 49% win probability.
How many times have these two teams played over the last few years?
Quite often, more than not. If it's not during the regular season and then in district play or on a non-district schedule, it's been in the playoffs.
Yeah. And more than likely, more times than not, it's been a split down the middle every time. Give me Buchholz on this one, just because it's at Buchholz.
Yeah, it's actually Citizens Field. This is a home game basically. It's here in town, in Gainesville. I'm rolling Buchholz as well. It's no discredit to Nice. It's Panthers versus Bobcats, and give me the Bobcats on this one. All right, we are out of time here on this one here, Chris, and boy, it's there's a lot to think, and Mark Cannon's going Nice here, so we'll have to see here.
Yeah.
We got our one last show here. We have got the Panhandle Blitz coming up here. We'll have Christopher Saul from Mid-Bay News joining us here on the Panhandle edition of the Blitz here. Appreciate everybody watching us here on the North Central Florida edition of the Blitz. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Appreciate everybody.